And who wants to talk on this? I mean, Hannah, Miss McLeod, Miss somebody.
Well, I'll talk to this. I mean, basically, this is this is the last one for the 2011-2012 year. So obviously, next time this report comes up to you, it'll have the new projects in it, and this is where we've got to on projects to date for 11-12.
Okay, so anybody want to go through to ask questions? Councillor Mincher.
My only concern is at Broadlands Road, but it might have to come up under the no public, sorry. Confidential.
Yes, it is. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
It is. Anything else? Anything further? Being nothing, going back to the first page of the suggested resolution that the district performance report and highlights for June 2012 be received. Move. Councillor Johnson, second. Councillor Mincher, all in favour? Aye.
Aye.
Item number 14, the district performance report. That might be Mr. Menhenitz.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Happy to answer questions on a page-by-page basis. As you can see, the actual performance for the 11 months to 31st of May is within a stone's throw of what the budget was. Before development and financial contributions, in fact, the variance was only 67,000 and 450,000 positive when you include those particular contributions.
Okay, so as Mr. Menhenitz said, page by page, 14 bar 2. 14 bar 3. Do you want to address each page to start with? Any anomalies you feel we should have our attention drawn to, Mr. Menhenitz?
As far as the breakdown of 14 bar 3, you will see it in really on page 14 bar 4, where it goes through some of the more specific variances. As I said at the last meeting, the rates revenue is down because of the lack of water demand over the Clayton summer that Taupo didn't experience, and we have noticed the impact on the water demand for that particular period. The rest of the variances are pretty much, in a lot of cases, locked-in savings, and it's painting the picture that for the financial year ended 30th of June, we should be pretty much in line with what we were budgeting to be.
So you're going 43 and 44 there?
Yes.
Okay, any questions? I've just got one. Petrol tax, that's actually diesel tax, isn't it?
No, it's petrol tax that we get as a contribution from central government. Yeah, it's a minimal amount per litre.
$343,000.
Yes, for petrol. We get a percentage of it.
Okay, well, and that's our roading and stuff like that. Cool. Right, thank you. Anything further on those two pages? Councillor Dannett?
A couple of questions. Like the New Zealand Transport Agency roading subsidy, we were down 281,000. Is that correct on that? Did I read that right? Was that because we didn't reach targets to get the subsidy, or?
Well, when we did the original budget, we were assuming certain areas of subsidy from NZTA. Then when they finalised their projects that they were prepared to subsidise for the year, they didn't cover everything that we were expecting.
So we've had an increase of insurance of about $140,000, around about 25% of our total bill. So is that directly attributable to Christchurch?
It's to do with the calls on the risk pool. We had a $100,000 call on the risk pool, and there's a small excess on leaky home settlements and increase in insurance costs in general.
Further before we turn the pages, team? Turning over 14.5 and 14.6. Mr. Menhenna, you want to start with anything?
I think the significant factor is on 14.6, where our level of borrowing looks as if it's tracking to be below what we were budgeting it to be for the start of the closing of the year and the start of the LTP. This is partly as a result of the delays on the water treatment plant, and also basically only spending money should we have to. So the loan book for the year at 30th of June should be closing maybe 6 or 7 million below what we were budgeting.
Well, that's nice. Okay. Anything further? 14.7, 14.8.
That just reflects the investment and debt sides of the balance sheet.
Councillors?
Return on the investments, is that of concern to you?
I suppose we can't really look at that in isolation, because our borrowing costs are down as a result of the interest rates. Our investment returns are down because of the short-term interest rate funds, but we're still getting a return of about 1.5% greater on our investments than on our debt. So you might as well say our net position is still positive.
That term, sorry, Mr. Chairman, that term runs out next year though, doesn't it? Most of those terms.
There's a variety of maturity dates. We have budgeted a slightly lower investment return next year. I think the level of rate subsidy drops from 4 million to about 3.6 million, reflecting the fall in the investment income.
Okay, moving over 14.9 and 14.10. Getting into the nuts and bolts there.
Nuts and bolts.
Any questions? Being none, last page please, 14.11. Okay, being nothing on 14.11, I'll take you back to the first page, and the performance report be received. The mover please. Move Downard, second to Johnson, all in favour? Aye.
Aye.
15 council engagements.